The Chiefs' offense is nearly unstoppable. Let's take a look at some of the plays that got them here. Welcome back to RGR Football. I'm Ryan, and I'm going rogue on the Kansas City Chiefs and the NFL, and particularly this Super Bowl 54. I'm pretty excited about this, and today I'm not just RGR. I am bringing something new to you guys. You've seen him on the show before. His name's Dan Harms. He writes for Arrowhead Guys. He does their film breakdowns, and I like his perspective. It's not quite the same as mine, but Dan's going to join the channel as a new contributor who will throw some of these things out from time to time and just give me another perspective to show you guys a little bit more about how the Chiefs do what they do. Some of it's going to be different. Some of it's going to be very similar to what I'm emphasizing on, but it's going to be a different voice, and I hope you guys dig it. Give Dan a welcome down in the comments if you would. If you're new to the channel, hit the sub, hit that notification bell with the all button on. Make sure you leave a thumbs up if you like this video. This is Dan's first contribution to the channel all by himself, and I wanted to get off to a good start. So hope you guys dig this. This is Dan Harms.
Hey everybody, and welcome to my very first attempt at contributing to Ryan Tracy's RGR Football YouTube page. I'm going to continue to try to do this more consistently, especially as the off season comes into focus. I'll have a little bit more time to break some stuff down for you, find some interesting things, but since the Chiefs are now in the Super Bowl, I wanted to look at some of the plays that helped propel them into that stratosphere and how they're so good, especially when the play breaks down and the communication between Patrick Mahomes and the other receivers is really uncanny. So we're going to look at this 29-yard completion to Tyreek Hill. So this is Sammy Watkins is going to run basically just a go route. Hill is going to cut up the inside middle to the straightaway center. Damian Williams is going to attempt to help block here and then go out to the flat. Blake Bell will run just out to the flat, and then Travis Kelce is going to run up, break down, and come in across the formation. And the Titans are really in a cover 2 formation with this safety is going to come out and really is going to be 2 deep safeties with 3 linebackers underneath and then 2 flat defenders. So as we move forward here, the offensive line is going to give him roughly 4.5 seconds before this defender here breaks through, forcing him out of the pocket. They have most of this covered up pretty well. You can argue maybe Sammy Watkins has a shot, although this safety can turn around and get there pretty quickly. Damian Williams is open in the flat, but we all know that Mahomes is looking to get the ball down the field, especially as the play breaks down. So we're going to move forward slowly a little bit here, and then watch Mahomes and Hill. They're almost parallel to where they're running. They're watching each other the whole way, and right here as he unloads, Hill is just running to the open field because with a cover 2 look with 2 deep safeties and 3 linebackers underneath, the sides of the field become wide open for the most part, in between the flat defender and the deep safety. So Hill just runs there knowing that there's not going to be anybody there, and then Mahomes just gets in the ball. So this is a great look into how the receivers look back at Mahomes, and when he starts to break the pocket, they do the same thing, and it's really what lends them to being so successful in that deep passing game when the play breaks down. All right, now we're going to go ahead and look at the very first Kansas City Chiefs touchdown. Andy Reid is so good at designing run plays, essentially a run play that breaks down to just 3 blockers versus 3 defenders. He also did this in the third quarter into the fourth quarter when the Damian Williams ran for that 3-yard touchdown. He forced the defense to be 3-on-3 with the Chiefs blockers, and that's really what allows these guys to get to the edge and into the end zone. So what we're going to see is really a play action fake with Damian Williams acting like it's going to be an outside zone, and Tyreek Hill will come across the formation, get that little touch pass that we saw so much of in 2018, and then he's going to go off to the races. And Travis Kelce here is going to just try to get enough of the edge defender to allow Tyreek Hill to get free, and right there is where we see. Now, two key blocks here. You have Stefan Wisniewski and Austin Ryder blocking down and turning their hips to the right to get those defenders walled off from the front side of the play. And now here's what I mean about 3-on-3. Sammy Watkins is going to get this guy, Travis Kelce here, and Fisher's going to attempt to get the safety that's coming across trailing after Tyreek Hill. Now the play action fake actually draws this linebacker and this linebacker, so that's really how we know that this comes down to a 3-on-3. We're going to just kind of show you here, because these guys are going to be the only ones that can possibly stop the play. He's not going to have a chance here because Tyreek can go around him and get upfield. So as we move forward in this play here, Eric Fisher's not going to have a chance to get him, but when you look at where Tyreek has to go, this defender is coming across and through these blockers. So all he has to do is get to the edge, and he's not going to have a chance. We already see Sammy Watkins on him, and Kelce is going to make a great cut block here to free up Tyreek Hill, and right there, and then there is in the end zone for a touchdown. Then here we're going to look at how the Chiefs set up the second touchdown to Tyreek Hill. This also goes hand in hand with how the Chiefs attacked the Titans all day long. They used this trips formation with Kelce in a reduced split to the right side multiple times throughout the game, and they had almost no answer for it. They tried to play coverage, and then Mahomes would take off with his feet and get first downs. And even times when they played, with the 3-man rush or the 4-man rush and dropping a spy, then he could take that extra defender that was out and then throw it to the open man. So really, this is an excellent job scheming from Andy Reid down in the red zone and getting Tyreek Hill wide open with that one-on-one matchup. So we're going to see how they get him wide open really quickly here as Mecole Hardman motions to the inside slot here. That brings his defender with him. And yes, that's just a simple motion, but what it does is it clears out this defender that would have been in his way otherwise, because Mecole Hardman is now just running from where he's at across the field, which is going to take him with him and this safety with him. Now all Tyreek Hill has to do is beat his man one-on-one who is playing press coverage. And as we all know, Tyreek Hill has the fastest feet in the NFL right there. You see him breaking out on the cornerback, and then as soon as he turns his hips, he gets right by him. And is right at this very moment, Patrick Mahomes knows where he's going with the football, so he holds the safety with his eyes, giving Tyreek Hill just enough time to get around his man. And as soon as he does, he looks over and throws for a touchdown. It's really just phenomenal work. And now I'm going to switch gears a little bit and go back to the divisional round matchup against the Houston Texans. And I think about this moment in the game a lot. The Chiefs just got the ball back. They're down 24-0, and Patrick Mahomes has to slowly chip away at this lead that the Texans got so fast. And when it comes down to it, Mahomes put his faith in his offensive line and his playmakers to make plays. And we're going to revisit this formation again because they used it a bunch down the stretch in the regular season and hugely successful with it in the postseason. And the Texans here are going to be matched up one-on-one. So all these guys are going to be man coverage against their guys. And if you think about it, you're putting a corner on Travis Kelce. And Mahomes knows that that's coming. And all he needs is a little bit of time. So he's going to have Damian Williams chip help out Mitchell Schwartz here, and the offensive line is going to do a great job, which they have all season in getting him time for his players to get open. And right there, Travis Kelce runs inside, and then as soon as the corner commits to him going that way, he turns, stops on a dime, and comes back outside. And look at this pocket. I mean, look at this. He can do whatever he wants to. He can even wait longer if he wants. And he can get this guy open. Hill comes open. Sammy Watkins will come open when he turns, but he knows right now that Travis Kelce is going to be open with field to work in front of him. And there he is, comes open. It's a first down for a 17-yard gain, and the fight at the end is really what you want to see when they're coming back in the game. Now, continuing on with the divisional matchup against the Texans, Travis Kelce was that factor that made this offense go. He was playing through an injury. He was getting a bunch of yards after catch, getting tough catches in the red zone and outside the red zone, and drawing penalties all game long. But I want to focus here on Patrick Mahomes first. And this play is originally drawn up for a crossers with Sammy Watkins and Tyreek Hill. They're going to motion Sammy to the inside here really quick to open up that crossing pattern, and then it's basically just going to be Tyreek is coming underneath and Sammy's coming up and doing the same thing. Now what Mahomes is going to do is he's going to read the middle of the field, because once he reads the linebackers and where they are, he'll know where to go with the football. And as he reads the linebackers, I want you to pay close attention to Travis Kelce right now when the ball is snapped. Watch that little swipe of the hands when the corner tries to get his hands off on him, and then he's up and around to the races. And now here, Mahomes is currently reading the middle of the field, where he's going to go with the football. He sees defenders here, and Sammy is eventually going to come open over here, but there'll be some guys in the way. So he's currently going through his first read while standing in the pocket. Now I've been but I've seen on Twitter that Patrick Mahomes is a one-read quarterback, and after his first read tends to move outside the pocket, look to make something happen. But you can see Travis Kelce wide open right now. And right here is where, Sammy Watkins does eventually come open. This would be a tough throw over guys, but he did go to his next read, which he looked up and saw Travis Kelce has a step on his guy wide open, and he's about ready to throw this football. Now he underthrows it a little bit, but Travis Kelce comes back to look to make the play and draws that pass interference penalty. And it really just goes to show you how just a little tiny move at the beginning of a play, can make all the difference in a quarterback's read when it comes down to reading the middle of the field here, and then his eyes switch from the middle over to Travis Kelce. He takes that step and delivers this ball and allows Travis Kelce to draw the penalty. And this really allowed them to get back in this game so quickly. They kept going at Kelce and going back to that well over and over, and he had those 3 touchdowns. It was pretty awesome to see. And to close this video, I want to talk about Sammy Watkins, and the impact that he's had on this team in the playoffs has really been astronomical. Teams want to take away Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill, and that means that you're going to see more one-on-one coverages as Sammy Watkins, Mecole Hardman, and Demarcus Robinson, and you got to make those plays in these big games to solidify and help the offense. And that's what he's been doing, especially in this Texans game. He only caught 2 passes, but they were 2 big passes for big gains. And I want to show how he manipulates this corner right here in what appears, at least to my eyes, to be a deep cover 3, with these guys end up being the 3 boundary defenders. And he's just going to maneuver his way into a space open in the middle of that defense. So we're going to start off. And first, Mahomes causes that offsides penalty, which both Sammy Watkins' catches were both on offsides penalties from the Texans. I don't think that's a mistake. He wants to take those shots downfield, and I think this whole way he's looking at Sammy Watkins. And obviously, the offensive line was just so good at keeping that pocket clean for him, just allowing him to step up. Now watch Sammy right there. He's going to put a head fake. He goes out, whoop, and then back inside, and just right around the corner. And then Mahomes sees him, and he's got no one around him. By the time this corner realizes the ball's coming, it's all over, and Sammy makes that great catch for that big gain. And this is just big players have to come up big when they're going to be seeing single man coverage and finding the way in zones. And Sammy Watkins did that time in and time out in all 4 games that they've played in the playoffs.
And that's going to be it for us. Let me know what you thought of Dan. Leave the comments down below. Hit the notification bell, and leave a thumbs up if you dug this one. I'm going to have more for you as we get going, but I appreciate you guys checking this one out. Check these videos out. You see them come up. I'll talk to you next time.